Hey, hey, hey. Today I want to talk about self-care versus soul care. All right, ladies, we know all about that self-care. We know about pampering ourselves, getting those bubble baths, getting our nails done. You know, these things like working out can be a form of self-care. There's lots of forms of self-care, but this concept I came up with last year. I actually joined a community call at the beginning of the year. It was a challenge. It was called the Soft and Sweet Challenge. And I was like, yeah, I need a little bit more of this softness and sweetness. And just as a woman, continue to embrace my femininity and learn more about that space and being open. And I remember we were on the call and, the leader in the community said, well, what y'all doing for self-care? Because that's what the goal was. And I said, well, I'm practicing soul care. And I remember I just started using that because I believe that that's been the journey in my life that meant a lot to me. And in this culture that we're in, self-care is pushed, it's marketed. You're gonna spend that money, honey, but our goal is to save our money. Our goal is to think about ways in which we could use our brain, we can use our inner powers to create abundance and a healthy lifestyle. So I just want to share a little bit about that self-care versus that soul care, which soul care again would be some things, and it's not taken away. I understand that self-care, especially in your 20s, you need to do that, but just make sure it's not taking away all your money and also minimizing the things that work from within. There's a beautiful system within us that's given to us upon birth. Our nervous system, we can start there to feel some things. Healing takes place when we're able to feel, when we're able to reveal the things that have been hidden from us. So I just want to talk about that soul care, to nurture that environment, to water it. There's some seeds that will begin to grow, that will begin to bloom, and you'll see a new version of you. Because here on I Am, we're all about that higher version of self. We're all about that true self, the you inside of you. So I want to empower and encourage you on that person today, okay? So that's what I want to talk about, that soul care. How do we get there? We can start with just some meditation practices. I know we do a lot of these things. That doesn't require any money. You can meditate on your way to work. You can say a prayer on your way to work. You can think about the things that you want to do in life. You can think about your purpose. This is the spiritual practice, the existential practices of soul care. It brings forth things alive from your bosom, and it produces fruit that you, your family, and your community can enjoy. So I'm a little bit passionate about this subject because I've been on this journey for a while, and it's just my time to come and share from some spaces that are a little different. And sometimes I feel a little awkward about talking about it because it's not out there, but I'm in a new community and they're where I want to go. And they're showing me some things. I'm like, okay, yes, I get it. And the Bible talks about there's a far and few. The gates are narrow for the few. But I want to remind you, there's abundance within you. One of my mentors, she says, the mediocre many or the extraordinary few. And honey, you are a part of the extraordinary few, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. And how do you know? Because you start doing those soul practices, the things that bring your soul alive. It'll rebirth some things that came at birth, and then they get watered down from our experiences and the things that we experience in this life. But I'm here just to remind you today, soul care. Soul care looks like presence with self. Soul care looks like accountability. Soul care looks like action. Soul care looks like soft conversations, intentional conversations, self-talk, yes, affirmations. When you wake up, what do you say to yourself? What do you do for yourself throughout the day? So self-care, wow, it is beautiful, but when we're gonna graduate to that soul care, because that's what it's really all about. That's gonna bring you that real fruit that you want out of life, that soul care, and it's gonna help change you, your family, and your community, because that's what we're here about on I Am. My name is Janville, and I'm the founder of I Am. If you're new to our platform, welcome. We do life together. We live intentionally full every day. So let's show up for this self. Let's go into our soul and do the things that make us whole.